Duel Review is brought to you by NexusDigitalComics.com.
Welcome to Duel Review. We have a wonderful week starting with More Than Meets the Eye and Robots in Disguise, followed by Comic Zone for our video game, and then on our focal point we're going to take a look at some of the new Fall for Cybertron toys.
That's right. This week's anime is The Secret World of Ariete, Studio Ghibli and Disney, and our movie this week is Noises Off. I'm RJ.
And I'm Mick.
Let's get to it. Hey everybody, today is August 6th, it is a Monday, and we're going to take a look at a few of the Transformers comics from IDW.
That's right, and it needs to be clarified that it's not the DW comics, it's the IDW comics. Some of them have the same subtitle or whatever. But we're going to be looking at Transformers, More Than Meets the Eye with Rodimus, and Robots in Disguise with Bumblebee.
These are the first trades from each series.
Yep, this series came out in 2012, and it's already in trade form. I can't wait for the sequels the second volumes of both series. I actually really enjoy them, if you would mind. So let's start with More Than Meets the Eye. Was written by James Roberts, and the art is done by Alex Milne, and that's that one, the one you have. And I'm pretty sure this one came first as far as when they were released.
Yeah, yes, it did.
And More Than Meets the Eye follows the story of Rodimus and his crew as they decide to leave Cybertron. The war is finally over. They don't know what to do with themselves, and Rodimus is like, you know what? Let's go find the Knights of Cybertron and see if they can't come help us do this. And they are, well, I don't want to give too much away, but they begin their mission, and a lot of great stuff happens. A lot of great storytelling in there. It's actually really fun. I believe it's your favorite of the two.
Yeah, and this is why right here, Whirl. I just love his character in this.
Whirl, yeah, Whirl's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and I also, I don't know. I guess I prefer Rodimus and Magnus over the Bumblebee and some of the few that are left in the other book, but we'll get to that.
Right.
But yes, I like it.
Okay, so let's move on to this one.
Well, let's go over the story real quick. It's
I don't know how much to give away, though.
Well, they depart on an ark, right?
Well, it's not an ark. It's
okay. Sorry, it's a large ship that they're going to find. What is it? The Knights of
Cybertron.
And it's just kind of like this one thing. Like, is it a hoax? Is it a myth? I don't know. But we might as well go than stay here. And there's some story. I guess we won't give away.
Right.
You'll find out in the first couple episodes.
Is this the one where OP comes back? The big OP
comes back?
Or he returns.
What? I mean, it starts off with him there. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, because so at the end of the war, it is believed that Optimus Prime had died, but he comes back, and he decides that he's not going to stay because he doesn't want to be the leader, I guess.
Well, he also finds it very hostile.
Yeah, and so he does this. He does his very own selfish act in that he decides to just leave it and live his life of freedom, as opposed to having to deal with the turmoil that is now erupting, that Bumblebee has to deal with, which I'll get into in a second.
Yeah, he really did it because they were having such a problem with the whole, Autobot Decepticon thing that he knew that the leader would never be taken, received well like he should. So he removed himself from the situation. And in doing so, he felt selfish because he no longer has to worry about all this stuff.
Right.
But yeah, he did remove himself because he felt that was the best chance they would have of peace and rebuilding Cybertron, all that stuff. Or at least that's, whatever. But the root of the story, the most of the story is they've gone off to look for the Knights of Cybertron, and then it's kind of this, on board the ship, all these things start happening, and so that's kind of the fun of it. That's kind of the classic, crux of it is that people go missing. It's like, oh, what's going on? What's on the ship and whatever. And it's this new ship that they haven't fully discovered, and so it's just a lot of fun that way.
Right.
Let's continue with the other one, I guess.
Okay, so the next one is Robots in Disguise, and that was written by John Barber, and the art is by Andrew Griffith.
Yay.
And this one is the one that I prefer over the two, because while that one is like a side story, in my opinion, it's more like a side story. They're going to go off and do their thing.
Yeah, that's true.
This is where all the rest of the stuff happens. So the war is over. The Autobots have to live with and I think Starscream's awesome in this one.
Yeah, interesting.
So the Autobots have to live with the Decepticons, but more so, there were deserters, more or less, who left the planet when the Civil War first began, and now that the war is over, they're coming back and reclaiming their Cybertron and blaming the Autobots and the Decepticons for destroying their planet, and their planet really is destroyed so much so that even attacking them. You know, so it's very compelling to me, and I really dig what's happening.
And we get like Shockwave and the Constructicons, and I like the characters in this better. Like they're a lot of my favorite characters. It definitely keeps the root, of fandom here in the characters, like Ironhide and Starscream and whatever.
Yeah,
they put a little too much emphasis on Ratbat, but that's kind of resolved.
yeah, and no one really likes Ratbat anyways.
Yeah.
But I know you have a problem with RC. RC kind of is like a weird, crazy assassin.
She's a nut job.
I think the war kind of screwed with her, so she's nuts.
I guess that can be compelling, but in this one, she's just like she just wants to kill everybody. It's like, oh, I told you not to kill them or whatever. She's like, whatever.
Well, see,
she lies about it.
See, what I got from that was
I don't like Skybite. But
what I got from that was
I like his character.
It's fine. Was Prowl was saying, don't do it, but he's really saying do it. Right.
Prowl is the most compelling character, at least in this trade for me, because he's kind of off the hinges. He's taking matters into his own hand, kind of thing. Yeah. And Bumblebee is trying to, he's trying. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So let's do the triumphant, what would it be? The trifecta? I don't know.
And Wheeljack, of course.
So you have Bumblebee, and then you have what was the name of the Nails leader? Do you remember?
Something Hawk, Skyhawk or something.
Was it?
Continue.
So you have Bumblebee, and then the leader of the Nails. The Nails are a derogatory term for the people who left Cybertron when they should have stayed and fought, but decided that their war wasn't what they wanted. So he's kind of in charge of them, or their leader. And then you have Starscream on behalf of the Decepticons, and Starscream is like, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to do things until it suits me.
Which is funny because you see the interior dialogue of Starscream, and he's like, wow, I actually can tell the truth.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's a first.
He's funny as hell. But very savage. Starscream is just as power hungry in this one as ever. It's great. Plus, we know that Megatron has died, so he wants to rule again. He's taken over.
He hasn't died. I don't know why they say that. There's no indication that he's died.
I think this stems from a comic that I hadn't read before, but maybe not. So yeah, there's a lot of great political turmoil. There's a lot of great
Constructicons. Yeah.
There's a lot of great transformations. I think one of the best things that Transformers comics could do is show they usually have the robot transforming into the car, followed by like the little after images or the onion paper images of them. So that's what I like about it. But I don't think either of these really did that. They just showed them in their transformed state.
I'm still trying to find a stupid name.
Metal
Hawk.
Metal.
Metal Hawk. Yeah.
Yeah. So Metal Hawk is the leader of the Nails. Although they don't like being called Nails, they're Cybertronians, and I think that's what they should do is just
they're
come
without
up with
allegiance, or what, I forget how it breaks down. But
yeah. They're just strictly Cybertronians. So it is fun to see that kind of political turmoil. Everyone's dealing with the post-war, trying to live with each other. The one of the first things that they did with the Decepticons was implant explosives into their or not explosives, but inhibitor chips, I guess.
Right, that can detonate, if they go out of control. And they're actually imprisoned for the first part of the book, and it's a whole debate of should we let them out to help us? Because they're trying to quell a rebellion and kind of thing. And it's just everybody's come back to Cybertron. It's all screwed up, and they're just kind of having it out and trying to find power. And Bumblebee is left to kind of take Optimus's side, like you were talking about. And I kind of don't. I've never really liked Bumblebee that much. In fact, I think that's one of the things that Bay got right is they made him a little bit more of a soldier and a little more personal and whatever, less whiny. Yeah. And in this book, he's more whiny than ever. I think.
I agree that he is a whiny character, but what he's trying to do is with Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime is just a very magnanimous person. Just everything about him screams leadership, screams do the best for the good,
Right.
And Bumblebee is kind of burdened with this, and I don't know why that was fallen onto Bumblebee, like why he took on that role or why it was given to him. But everyone ended up following Bumblebee, and now they're referring to him as King Bee, which he hates.
Well, some of them are.
Yes, I know.
So both books are really solid.
Yeah.
I guess I enjoy the other one just because it feels like it's written better or tighter to me, the first one.
The one with Rodimus.
Yeah, and I guess I'm more interested to see what happens, but this one, again, contains all the characters I love. Although they're kind of killing some of them off, and it's kind of like, that seems, why did they do that? I don't understand. That seems really whatever. But that one has Shockwave, and I love Shockwave, and I love Soundwave too, and he's also there.
Yeah.
So that one I'm probably the most excited to see what happens. But I did solidly enjoy this a little bit. I would give this one like a 9 and this one an 8. Probably.
I think I would go. Rated them. I think I would go the exact opposite. This one 9, this one an 8. So that's funny.
Yeah, which is funny because I thought he'd like this one better.
And I thought you would like this one more, actually.
Oh, I know.
Because this one's got all the political stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I thought I would like that one more too, actually. Because I don't really care about Rodimus that much, and like, I don't know, Magnus is cool, but
Ultra Magnus, yeah.
Whatever. It's just one of those things that they didn't have my core characters that I love, but the writing is better to me.
Did we talk about art? What do you think about the art?
Art is great.
I love the art.
In fact, the writers and the artists of these books are, very Transformer centric.
Everything that they've done has pretty much been Transformers.
Yeah, a lot of the writers are only not only, but what they're known for is Transformers, and the art the same way. Which it definitely takes a different kind of deft approach to doing the Transformers. You definitely have to know what you're doing with hard angles, and I was just thinking about like the mechanics of it, and like you have to know them in 3-dimensional space, because when they're hunched over, you're going to have a different angle here. Because that's part of, I guess, a problem that I've always had with the Transformers is sometimes it's hard, depending on the angle, to tell which one you're looking at, or which is part of what robot. It looks like a mess sometimes. They started doing a little bit harder outline, so that helps break it up. But you really have to know your stuff in order to draw these robots from all different, because they're not supple and yielding like humans, that you can't just kind of draw a quick squiggle and you're done with it. You have to actually do like, okay, well, he has a vent here and he has a light here, and when he's got his arm up, it'd be back here, so you wouldn't see it. You have to figure all that stuff out. So my hat's off to and I can see why they would dedicate most of their artistry to that, because it's going to take a lot of refinement. Right. And, but anyway.
And then the other thing I want to touch upon is, I don't know exactly when this happens, but these very clearly, these are the War for Cybertron modes. They're the characters, and not the characters, but the style of them is very War for Cybertron. So like I said, Hasbro, right? Yeah, Hasbro had said that War for Cybertron is the new starting point for Transformers, and this, I guess, is just the next step.
Yeah.
So
their alt molds are they're more. Most of them are back to Cybertronian feel.
Right.
Starscream still looks like Starscream.
Well, no, that's a Cybertronian form.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, and Ironhide definitely still looks, don't you think?
No, that's a Cybertronian form.
You think so?
Yeah.
He looks so similar to... Well, anyway, yeah, I mean, they even reference that Bumblebee is adopted a Cybertronian form.
When Bumblebee first was here...
is giving him a hard time, and...
Yeah, where's that at? Where he first?
It'll take forever to find it.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, he does start off at looking like the Bumblebee. What the freaking Beetle, Volkswagen Beetle.
Bug.
The Bug. Thank you.
So anyway, okay. Well, that's I was looking forward to getting into some Transformers comics, and Nick, brought me some to read, and then we got these, first trade. So we'll definitely follow them, probably in trade form. But they're real great. If you're like me and you wanted to dip your toe in again.
Oh yeah, these would be a great starting point if you're interested in Transformers comics, because they are starting over. This is a different publisher, because it used to be DW, but now it's IDW, and it has been for a couple of years now. Yeah. But yeah, these books are great starting points, so I recommend them highly.
And More Than Meets the Eye has almost kind of the first issue to Robots in Disguise as well.
Right.
You see them launch and whatever.
Right.
So anyway, all right, that's it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out all our dual review playlists. I highly recommend Game Labs and Faux Over. A lot of fun. That's right, and please leave comments. We absolutely love comments. And this is new. Support our new Seattle location. Yay! By buying our wares at spiderwolf.com. More information to follow. That's right. All right, guys. We'll see you. Oh, man. All right, guys. There you go. Next time, it's Comic Zone, the video game. I gotta turn that off. I don't know how to turn all these stupid things. I don't want you. Go away. Wasting Nick's time now. I have no time. I'm wasting Nick's time now. I'm actually really fine with it. Wasting his time.
There's no time wasted.
Stupid notifications.
I really have nothing better to do. I really don't.
Yeah, how do I do this? Sound good?
Yeah,
Feel good?
feels good.
Feels great.
It feels good.
Feels really good.
Like jello all over your body.
I don't know what that feels like, but I'm intrigued.
Welcome to Duel Review. We have a wonderful week for you, starting off with More Than Meets the Eye, followed by Robots in Disguise. No, it's not followed. We're doing Robots not followed by anything. Welcome to Duel Review. We have a wonderful week for you, starting with More Than Meets the Eye, followed by. I keep wanting to say followed by. Welcome to Duel Review. We have a wonderful week for you, starting off with More Than Meets the Eye, followed by. I keep wanting to say followed by.
Yep. That's how you order from McDonald's, too. I would like a cheeseburger, followed by a large fry. And for a drink this visit will be a Coke. And last, a hot apple pie. Followed by a quick trip to the bathroom.
I'm Nick.
And I'm RJ. That was all wrong. More Than Meets the Eye, followed by
Robots in Disguise. Dude, we should totally do that one.
Okay. Decepticon. Nick likes Transformers. I do too, but I don't fault him for that. He just really likes Transformers. His bed is a big Transformer. Which would it be if you had a bed made out of Transformer? Which was the one that Ironhide broke the wall?
I think it was Metroplex, wasn't it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, probably. So would it be Metroplex?
I don't know.
And when you wake up, it'd be like, Metroplex has heeded the call of the last Nick of... I don't know.
That would be awesome. I just turned a sentient being into my bed.
So what? Could be another alt mode.
What modes do you have, Metroplex? I can be robots, I can be city, and I can be Nick Bed.
Beep.
Beep. It's like the only words of the song you know.
You probably know all of it, huh?
Actually, it's been so long I don't think I do.
Transformers, mostly bought by guys. I came up with that.
That was an original. An original RJ.
Yep.